And you can, I don't know, it's just interesting. I mean, you see all these other nations who are on the verge of a revolution or whatever, and that's usually the time where, you're seeing a lot of intellectuals come out of the woodwork. They're being popularized. They have a following. There is something has happened to the intellectual in our society where, and I'm talking about real intellectuals, not like, people we used to really look up to, again, like the people I was mentioning, as far as, people who are in the middle of a movement, like, Hunter S. Thompson and Jack Kerouac and James Baldwin and, a lot of, foreign filmmakers like Godard and Fellini, and, they were just a part of I think a bigger movement. Now everything's so confused and politicized, for money, by the way. The culture war, it's making a lot of money, I gotta tell you. I mean, if you just look at it for 2 seconds, it's, and a lot of, working class people are making money off of it too. I mean, you go onto YouTube, they're, explaining this point from their point of view, and then you'll have the opposite come in and be yelling and screaming about the other's point of view. And, they're all getting views because, the people who agree with one person is going to watch them, and the other, the person on the other side of the aisle is going to watch the other person. And everybody's making money, and the corporations are making money, because every time they put out an advertisement that, people agree with or don't agree with politically, they get 2 months of airtime when, 20 years ago, it may have been talked about for a couple days, and that's it. So it's because, people are writing from home, blogging or whatever, and they need the clickbait, and so do the YouTube creators, and the large corporations give content to the content creators. And then the content creators have to generate, something that's going to create some interest, triggering kind of strategies, stuff like that. But who makes out the best? Well, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to realize that, because the YouTube content creators, number one, I think YouTube takes 45% of what these people make. They're not unionized, they're not getting health care through YouTube. They're making good money if they become popular, as far as like, if their things are getting, if they put up 4 or 5 videos a day, and each video is getting 300 to 500,000 views. I mean, that accumulates very quickly. But again, I mean, what is their behavior? And what they're talking about, is it influenced by, the algorithms, of course, and can the algorithms just decide not to promote a particular video because you might have a different take on it? Of course. Or you thought outside the box, or you kind of thought outside of your brand for a couple videos. Well, then you're just going to go right back to, I don't know, it's an interesting hunger. It is, it's getting to be, and it has been like this for a while, this kind of Hunger Games experience where you're out in the marketplace, and, it's a fight to the death out there to try and get just a decent life for yourself, I mean, the problem is, like, also, I guess I could say, is that, I've also been fed the Kool-Aid where there was a time when, people would have jobs for 30, 40 years and stay with the same company and, build a family and stuff like that. But then I guess it doesn't matter, because the young people rebelled against that and said, no, I want to do my own thing, motivated by the same people I'm talking about, like Jack Kerouac and Hunter S. Thompson, people who went out and said, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. This is my life. But I don't know. So let me go back to Invasion real quick. Well, let me not. Let me just see how this has turned out. Okay.